Good afternoon, Ananda. It is another important topic from the e-commerce subject. The name of the topic is the payment systems and security in e-commerce system. Already explained in another my classes is the different type of the payment system. In details payment systems and security in the e-commerce, it is one of the important thing from the e-commerce. So, my name is Suvarna Rao, working as the assistant professor, Department of Information Technology. Today, I will discuss my topic is payment systems and security in the e-commerce. Already earlier in my classes, I will explain the what about the payment systems and security information. But here, I will explain in details of the payment systems and security in commerce. These are different perspectives. So, what is the how to payment systems in the online e-businesses? So, the payment gateway integration having different types of the tools also using after the implementing of the different types of the gateway payment system. Here, the definition is also one of the important. The payment system, the payment gateway are the third-party services that facilitating online transactions by transmitting payment information between the website and payment processor. That is called the basic definition of the payment gateway integration. The payment gateway are the third-party services that facilitating online transactions by transmitting payment informations between the website and the party payment process. So the example, so many payment methods is available on the online, but you can pay the amount only digital payment also required, not taking the physical payment. That is also one of the important. The digital payment nowadays you should convert into the different types of the formats also there. Is for the popular payment gateways including PayPal also one of the important thing, and Stripes and Square and authorized.net. Okay, you can use the and additional that and PhonePe and Google Pay and any e-wallets and credit card and debit card and another bank transactions, another facilities also available in the payment gateway integration. But my intention is the payment gateway are the third-party services that facilitate online transactions by transmitting payment information between the website and the payment process. This is also one of the important things from the payment gateway integration. So the example, the popular payment gateway including PayPal, Strips, Square, and authorized net. This type of things also required. And another important thing is called the functionality. The payment gateway integration most important thing is called functionality. The functionality like they securely capture payment details like credit card or debit card, whatever it may be, and information or digital wallets and authorized transactions are better. That is also one of the important things. In the sense, the payment gateway integration, you can understanding of the what is the definition of the payment gateway integration. What are the example like include PayPal, Strips, or Square, and authorized.net, and having other functionalities also there will be securely capture payment details. One is the credit card, and second one is the debit card, and third one is the information or digital wallets and authorized transactions of you. So this is called the basic idea of the payment gateway integration. Here, so many types, so many methods also there in the payment gateway systems. My continuation of the topic is types of the payment methods. What is the types of the payment method? In the online, especially the e-commerce, nothing but a paperless business. E-commerce, nothing but a it is a digital transaction. E-commerce stands for electronic transaction, electronics commerce or electronics business. Here, how to pay the amount, how to buy a product, how to sell a product, and how to receive a product before other having some transactions also required. Those amount transactions is called the payment methods. Here, different types of the payment methods are also there. Having different types of the payment methods. Basically, the base three methods I will explain. One is the credit card or debit card method. That is also one of the digital amount. Okay, it is the most common payment method requiring integration with the payment gateways for secure processing. Is called the credit and debit card. And going to the other method is called the digital wallet. For example, in the credit card, you can go to the anyone after completion of the transaction, you can give it a card or enter into the card details or in PIN code or secret number or three bits identification number, all those things you can enter it. Then based on the OTP, then your transactions could be done. That is also you can use the credit card or debit card system. Another important method is for the digital wallet methods. Digital wallet nothing but before amount you can store, you can create the some wallets also there, having the funds in the digital funds, then transfer the funds from account to other account. So like services, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and PayPal allows user to store payment information securely for a faster transaction, faster checkout. So the digital wallet also the digital wallets is the most important thing nowadays in the payment system. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Phone Pay, or PayPal, or user store payment, or Amazon Pay information security are password. So that is also one of the important things. One of the type of the payment number is the credit card or debit card is the one type, and another type is the digital value. And going to the bank transfer, your amount account is there, then transfer to the one account to other account. Directly bank payment are authorized clearing house, ACH, transfer for the larger transaction, we can use the bank transfer. These three basic methods also one of the important in the payment method. You can payment is done or before paying amount having some security measurements or security measures also required. Security nothing but a authorization and authentication is called the securities. Here having some securities also required. The securities will depends. The securities will depends. Some types of the algorithms are could implement in the internally. One type of the security measure is called SSL certificates. The stands for SSL certificate encrypted data transmitted between the user single uh, session layer these are the cryptographic certificates. The encrypt and transmitted between the user and browser, the website to prevent interceptions by malicious actors. So, SSL certificate also most important security measure in the payment systems and security in e-commerce. And second one is the PCI DSS compliances, Payment Card Industry Data Security, is the standard ensure business handle credit card information security. The PCI DSS compliance mathematics is the we can create some payment cards. Then that is the magnetic along with some database is there. That is also with the help of the password ensuring a business handles a credit card and information security or debit card, whatever it may be. Any card payment is one of the important in the security measures. And tokenization nothing but a replace the sensitive cards details with the unique tokens that has no exploitable values, reducing data breach risk. So the tokenization it is we can follow the security measure in the tokenization. Nothing but the entered data is given to the tokens. Unlegitimated data is passwords or all those things. They are converted to the legitimate to unlegitimate and readable to unreadable format. Like that, such a systems will be provided is called the tokenization. Replace the sensitive card details with a unique token that has a no exploited value, no exploitable values, reducing the data risk is called the tokenization. Two-factor authentication is also one of the important thing in the security measures in payment systems and security in gateway. The two factors, nothing but two factors authentication adds an extra layer of the security. Nothing but security for SSL or RSA or different types of the DES, different types of algorithms are also implemented in the security angle. The main aim of the security measures is converted into the one format to other format is the converted. Okay. Uh, Encryption to decryption and decryption to encryption. Then third party not tracing out the such type of data is called the security measures in the transaction point of view in the any amount of any transaction. Two-factor authentication is the another important one. Example is the add an extra layer of a security by requiring requirement global, okay, require additional verification. Example, SMS code or biometric authentications for access. Two-factor authentication also we can extra security measures followed by additionally you can use some SMS or either OTP, all those things with using two-factor authentication method. For example, the SMS code or biometric authentication for access all those things. Then after can transactions will be done. Otherwise not done, not completed the two-factor authentication before and the not completed the transaction. So the security measures will depends upon these four things. One is the SSL certificate, and the PCSS, DES compliances, and third one is the tokenization and the two factors authentication. Since it's certificate nothing but here, encrypting the data is transparent between the user and browser, and the website prevent interruptions by a malicious actors. And PCA DCSS compliances nothing but payment card industries and security standard ensures business handles and credit card and information security. And tokenization of the replace the sensitive card details with a unique token that has no exploited values, reducing the data breach risk. And finally, two-factor authentication of the example the SMS code or biometric authentication of for access, that is also one of the important. How to data encryption done here database, how to process of the data encryption, what is the importance of the data encryption, what is the important like implementation of the data encryption. The data encryption it depends upon the encrypting payment information easy credit card details during the transmission and storage to prevent unauthorized access and data breaches. That is also the importance of the data encryption. Then going to the another important thing is called the implementation. Implementation is called the SSL or TLS certificates encrypt data in the transit while encryption protocols ACS or 250 encryption encryption standard protocols is called the 250 protected stored data in the server. Okay, encryption and decryption are ACS or SSL or TCL is very implementation along with the blowfish algorithm or RSA algorithm and DES algorithm and ACS algorithm 256 256 mathematics would implement the 256 keys is protected in the stored in the data or server. So it is the trace out of such type of algorithm is very difficult. Then your transactions are very safe and secure. Sender will be send the amount and receiver will take a receive the amount in the perfectly with help of the these data encryptions. One is the importance, the payment information exempted during the transmission and storage. Prevent unauthorized access and the data breaches is a very big field. And second one is the implementation. SSL and TLS certificates encrypt data in a transit while encryption protocol AES encryption standard protocol. Okay, 256 protected stored data or servers is the most important thing. What is the PCI DTE DSS compliances? In details, I will explain this one. One is the requirement of the PCI DCCS compliances. The business must complete with the PCI DSS standards when handling, processing, or storing credit card information. So, without PCI DSS standards, it is a very difficulty from the compliances and develop the compliances. Requirement vary based on the transaction value and the nature of the businesses. For example, level 1 for the highest value merchant. So, the requirement vary based transactions values or nature of the businesses. Level 1 for highest value merchant also one of the. This is called some standards, some rules, and protocols could be implemented into the payment systems and security in e-commerce. One is the important thing is the PCI DSS compliances. One is the how, what type of requirements is required, how many levels of compliance is also required. The first level is the highest value of the merchant. Okay, and secure payment gateway integration, it is another important thing from the system. Tokenization replaces the sensitivity card data with the token that are used in uses of the interrupted. So the tokenization also one of the important thing from the security payment gateway integration. And third point, going to the important second point is the posted payment pages. Post unlimited, the conducted person are one of the important things in the posted. The redirecting users to secure payment pages hosted by the payment gateway, minimizing the security risk for the merchant. The security, the redirecting user to the secure payment pages hosted by the payment gateways, minimizing the security risk for the merchant. So the secure payment gateway, which depends upon the one is the tokenization, and second is the hosted payment pages. So these two things also very important for the payment system and security in the e-commerce and the e-commerce business. And third important point is the user authentication. Authorization authentication also one of the important factors from the payment system and security in the e-commerce. Here, two things are there. One is the two-factor authentication and biometric authentication. Two-factor authentication ability adds an extra layers of the security by a requirement user to providing a two forms of a identification before accessing their accounts. The type of technique is called the two-factor authentication. And the two-factor authentication is most powerful tool from the user authentication. So the two-factor authentication add an extra layer. Nothing but he added the some DES algorithm, VES algorithm, and blowfish algorithm, RAC algorithm. What should be required? And the 256 keys algorithms also required. You can choose nothing but with help of the requirement user provide two forms identification before they accessing their accounts. And second one is the biometric authentication. Biometric authentication, paying of the amount, you can digital amount, you can click your biometric or face detection or fingerprint detection, whatever it may be, automatically that is belongs to your amount, your transactor, your willing transactions to be done in the others. Like that, that is called the biometric authentication. Utilize the fingerprint or face recognitions or a secure login and transactions authorizations is called the biometric authentications. In the sense, user authentication, most of them can be broadly classified into two types. One is the factor authentications. The factor authentication nothing but add the extra layer, and the biometric authentication nothing but before on the transaction, compulsory your transactions could be done, facial and biometrics also required. It is called the biometric authentication. Different type of the biometric authentication is there. Eyes, okay, and biometrics, whatever it may be, and remaining anything nothing but is the biometric authentication. Utilize the fingerprint or face recognition for secure login and transactions authorizations also required from the this. So many security precautions also there, but remaining things also required. It is the fraud prevention. Why? Because in the online market, so many intruders, third parties are frauders also there. For example, Nigerian or Nepali or Bangladesh or Bhutan, other countries persons or any experts. Then in the meanwhile, transaction time, you can trace out the data, you can transfer to the your account to that filler account to, but not receiving the properly the your target account is not received. Why? Because it's a type of thing is called the fraud of the fraudulent activities or fraudulent transactions. Then avoid the fraudulent transactions. Having some things also required is called the fraud prevention. Fraud prevention nothing but a remove from the fraud or rectification of the fraud, not done fraud in the transaction period. This type of thing is called the fraud prevention. So the real-time monitoring It is one of the important thing on automated systems analyzing transactions patterns to detect unused activities. For example, multiple high values purchase in the a short time. It is also real-time monitoring. And second one is the address verification system. AVS also one of the important thing. Compare with billing addresses provided by the customer with the, one of the file with the card users to reduce the fraudulent transactions. So the real-time monitoring and address verification systems also very important thing in the preventing of the fraud is called the fraud preventions. Okay. Then the payment systems, especially in the fraud preventions, are these two things is the very important. One is the real-time monitoring, and second one is the address verification systems. The real-time example, the real-time monitoring of automated systems analyzing transactions patterns to detect the unusual activities. Example, multiple high-value purchases in a short term. Nothing but you can buy a product in the really. You can select the product. Okay. After selecting of the product, your product is chosen or select the product. Then after going to the cart, you can identify the product. Then based on the product price, you can forward to the customer account to receiver account. Receiver account nothing but I think seller or whatever it may be. Some companies are directly through help of the some wallets, you can transfer to the data. For example, you can choose a Amazon. You can select some groceries or products or whatever it may be. Then after completion of the cart, then transfer to the amount your account to company account. Having some protocols also follow. Nothing but a correct amount you can transfer, not a small, not a high, not a middle. For example, your bill is 1,000 rupees. In your card, before 1,000 is not transferred to the data, and the above amount available in the card. For example, in the trace out the intruders also, after completion of your transactions, you can trace out your card and stolen your amount in the cyber things. So then aware of those things, we can carefully, we can done a real-time monitoring also required in the fraud prevention. You can transaction using like your card or debit card, wallet or whatever it may be, any coupons, whatever it may be, carefully we can utilize the paying of the amount. That is called automatically the first application is the best application to prevent the some fraud. Right? That is the one of the fraud tools. Going to the address verification. The address verification of the system areas is the compare the billing address provided by the customer with the one of the file with the card is used to reduce the redundant transactions. So then address verification systems also one of the important. After completion of the address verification, again you can transfer to the amount. It is a very easy for us. So the address verification also sometimes is the very useful. Then another important thing is the address verification some difficulty. Going to the some difficulties also. So the fraud preventing are these two things also very important. One is the address verifications and real-time monitoring. And before on that, I will discuss already this one is user authentication having two things is the most important are very important of the my conclusion points. Two-factor authentication and the biometric authentication here. Two-factor authentication but add the extra layers of the security by requirement user to providing two forms of the authentication. You can SMS also required, OTP is also required. You can enter the password or protected passwords. Again, OTP also required. Then after that, biometric authentication is also required. In the next, you can transfer to the amount before on that. Entered amount is okay or satisfy the amount or based on the product, you can take the amount. Then you can check thoroughly. Then after biometrics are entered, nothing but a fingerprint or facial, utilizing the fingerprints or facial recognition or a secure login and transactions authentication also required. So these two things is the very important most kind of the authentications. Okay. Why? Because of the payment system or security in the e-commerce, user authentication, two factors authentication is the most important thing. And second one is the biometric authentication, also very important to us. And payment prevention real-time monitoring systems is required, and address verification systems also one of the important thing. My references is in the payment systems, you can use Ravi Kolkata, Western Andrews, B from Foreign Traces, Electronics Commerce, Pearsons, and First Editions in 1996. Different types of the references books also there. David Whiteley, E-commerce strategies and technologies and applications. Tata McGree and second editions and 2000. Kamlesh K. Bajaj, E-commerce, the cutting edges of the businesses, and Tata McGree, Tata McGrail, first edition. And third one is the J. Christopher Westland, Theodore H. V. Clark in the Global Electronics Commerce in the Theory and Case Studies, University Press in the first edition, 1999. It is also one of the important references books. So many web references also there. www.edu.gao.jerrycourse.com. Then this is also one of the important from the my references in the payment system and security e-commerce in the e-commerce business. So these how to identify the product, how to pay the product, okay, how to security precautions also taken. Those things also very important for this classes. Okay, and that is also one of the important class from the my side. It is called the one of the payment. So thank you. Today I will discuss to the two classes. One is the payment systems, and before on that, another classes also is completed. Okay. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.